Sure. First of all, I'd like to welcome everybody here, ladies, gentlemen. Thank you guys for coming and have a look. It is for the unveil, first time seen in Europe, of the new CRF250. What we're going to do, we're going to unveil it first, and then it'll be up to a guy I'm going to introduce you all know. I would assume he would have beat some of you racing, because he was certainly after my era. But first of all, welcome. Next, I'd like to call up our riders, current riders, looking very smart, boys. Thank you very much, good effort. If I can call up Michele Sevelin, Tim Geyser, that's right. That Bobby guy, Bobryshev, Bobby Bobryshev, no, Jenny Bobryshev, that's it. We've got an Aussie here, Jed Beaton. So I'd like to drag these guys up, please, and come and just show the bike, because you've all probably seen it in the press. So can you get around it and try and take the cover off without knocking the bike over? Yeah, take the cover off. Go, boys. So there she is, a nice new one, and now somebody who used to be in that role, taking the covers off, but now comes into my role, where he has to do the walk round on the bike and tell you all about the new bike. Give you some pieces, it's the first time he's done it. So I promise I won't wind him up, and it'll be interesting. If you can't understand, it's Irish, so we'll be able to translate. But I'd like to introduce Gordon Crockard. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Roger. Very kind of you, boys. Thanks very much. You're very welcome to have a seat. As Roger stated, my name is Gordon Crockard. I am the Honda Europe Off-Road Racing Manager, and I've been very fortunate to have been given the position to inform you today about the brand new Honda CRF250R 2018 model. Behind me, you have a very nervous Amy, who is going to roll a little video for you now. You may have seen this, but please enjoy this piece of footage. To achieve outstanding whole shot start acceleration and much greater engine performance over a lap. So the general idea is that you make a better start, you make the whole shot, and with the design of the bike and all of the input that Honda have put into this bike, you should be able to have much greater lap times. The end result for racing is better, positive, more wins. We have 4 key updates with this bike. It has a brand new double overhead cam engine, making 9% more peak power over a 2000 RPM broader rev range, and the red line increased by 900 RPM. It shares the same complete mass centralized chassis as the CRF450R. Steel sprung 49mm Showa upside down front forks, the same as the 450. And to top it off, electric start. So those are the 4 main points that are improved with this bike, and they're very much positive. The engine. The performance details of the engine. As you can see from this chart, the red line is the new bike and the blue line is the old bike. It has been built with focus on top end power, for acceleration and drive, plus improved over rev corner to corner. Moving on, in a wheel to wheel test, the new CRF250R is 3% faster on a 10 metre and 3.6% quicker over 30 metres. So that works out to be the equivalent of half a bike length and a full bike length respectively. You can imagine that over the start, that would be a huge advantage. So, you know, over a 30 metre distance in the start, you've got a full bike length of an advantage. Now this is based on the previous model that Honda had. The new engine features the twin exhaust ports, each of which has its own exhaust downpipe. Now you can see that on this model, and this is quite revolutionary. There's no other production model from any other manufacturer that has this. So we're very excited to feature this on the bike. Like the 450, it also has a switchable engine mapping. 3 maps are available to suit the riding conditions and the rider preference. So from the youth rider, from the hobby rider, the amateur guy, all the way through to our factory guys racing for World Championship points, we have the programmable ignition. On the chassis front, this is very much a revolution of the chassis over former models. This is the 7th generation that Honda have made for the 250R. The chassis is designed for ultimate rear wheel grip and traction while retaining excellent handling, which the CRF250R is renowned for. The same frame and suspension setup as the current CR450, which we know is a proven race winner. The rear subframe is now extruded aluminium rather than forged and is 20% lighter, aiding mass centralization. Wet weight without fuel, 103.3 kg, with fuel, 108.1 kg. The centre of gravity is lower. This also is to contribute towards cornering and handling benefits, and it has a titanium fuel tank, just like the 450. The front forks on the bike, they are the 49mm spring fork, same as the 450. There's a lot of history with this fork and a lot of success with this fork, and we're very, very positive this is the best choice. The version of this race fork has been used by the Japanese Honda factory racing team in their national championship. The other contributing fact is that the top mount is 39mm lower and located directly on the machine's centre line. This all goes towards the mass centralisation to create stability and enhance cornering ability. The electric start, also on the 450. The lithium-ion battery is compact and weighs just 0.65 kg. Engine weight is increased by 1 kg with the electric starter. So I think that's very much worth having there. I'm at the point now where I would just like to conclude what I've talked about really and summarise the main things. So we've got a completely new bike, all new. The engine, completely new. The frame, same as the 450. The front fork is spring and we have electric start. All of those things together, I think you have a very competitive motorcycle, and I think that at national level and professional level you can win with this bike. So, absolute whole shot with the same message with the 450, and it's the same message with this bike. Everything has been designed for power and for power delivery, keeping the handling strong as Honda always have had with the 250. Roger, I don't have anything more to say, so I'm just going to pass over to you. Thank you all for having some patience and listening to what I had to say. I hope you enjoyed the slideshow that we had. The bike is obviously clearly here to be looked at. You can come and touch it, smell it, feel it, look at it, take photographs of it if you wish. What do you think?
Well done, mate.
Yeah.
Good job. Let's give him a round of applause. Well done, Bob. And I can tell you from experience, it's not the easiest job in the world, especially when you've got new bikes. You've got to try and remember everything that's been done to them. Just a few points I'd like to add. It's when are we going to see it? When are we going to see the bike race? How do we know it'll perform when it does race? Well, obviously, how it will perform, we have a good idea, but that depends on the rider and how the rider's going to race it. So the first time that we will see this bike will be at the American Grand Prix. So the US Grand Prix, Mr. Savalin here, he will be out on it. So that will be the first outing for the bike. On top of that, he's been over to Japan quite recently to do some testing. And just as a snippet from there, and the riders know I like to put a bit of pressure on them occasionally, but not a lot. His times at Sugo on this bike compared with the current bike, his current bike was 2.5 seconds faster. So no pressure, McCartney. You're up to it. So it will be the US Grand Prix that we see the bike out for the first time. So what's that, about a month's time? So there you have a little tidbit of information in addition to what Gordon's give you. We're going to be around for the rest of the evening, so if any of you guys got questions, come and grab us. Gordon knows everything about the bike. I know it's new, So Gordon's the one that knows everything. Thank you all for coming. Like I say, if there's anything you want to talk about, give us a shout. Thank you very much, one and all.
Thank you.